What's going on, everybody? It's Sasha, your licensed real estate market expert here in Charlotte. Hope you're all doing well. And today we're going to be talking about the top 10 most popular zip codes where people are moving to here in the Charlotte area in 2023. Now, this video is actually going to be a two-part video. So here we're going to go over from number 10 to number 6. And then in part 2, we're going to go from number 5 all the way up to the number 1 most popular area where people are moving to. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel to catch all these videos. And as always, if you have any questions that are specific, certain areas, certain suburbs, or if you have any questions about Charlotte, our real estate market, or anything like that, I'd love the opportunity to chat with you. So all my contact information is linked right here and also down below. So feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in with the number 10 most popular place people are moving to here in the Charlotte area. So coming in at number 10 is the 28210 zip code. This is actually one of South Park's zip codes. Anytime I have somebody looking in the South Park area, I type in 28210 and 28211 because they're both essentially located in South Park, but this one came in at number 10. So just like I said, it's one of South Park's zip codes. So you're located just southwest of Uptown Charlotte. From 28210 to Center City, Uptown Charlotte, you're looking at about a 15 to 20 minute drive and roughly about a 20 to 25 minute drive to the airport. This one surprised me just because this one is probably going to be the higher priced area of a lot of the zip codes that we're going to be going over today and in the next video. So this zip code, in all honesty, I absolutely love it. You're in the South Park area. You're right off of Park Road. You have so many shopping, dining options, all within a 5 to 10 minute drive of exactly where you're located within this zip code. Now, the only downfall of that for certain people might be just the congestion. You're right off the main roads. During peak hours of the day, you're gonna have a good amount of traffic in these areas. During the rest of the day, it is still gonna be congested, but it's gonna kind of come and go as the day progresses. But if you're somebody that's looking for an area that's essentially convenient to everything, where you have shopping, dining, restaurants, everything almost at your fingertips and everything within a 5 to 10 minute drive, this is an area I definitely would recommend you check out. But with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some of the real estate prices in the area. So in regards to home prices in this area, the median home sales price for a single family home is going to be $591,000, with the average sales price being $685,000. If that is a little bit out of your range or what you're looking for and you still want to be in this area, the good news is there's a good amount of options as far as condos and townhomes. So condos, you're looking at about an average sales price of $261,000, and then townhomes, you're looking at $471,000. And that is of right now, which is July of 2023. These prices more than likely will start to change in the next coming months and the next coming years. So make sure to keep an eye on that and make sure you guys are watching my market reports for this other information as far as the real estate pricing is concerned. Coming in at number 9 for the most popular zip codes people are moving to, the zip code is 28227, which could be considered the Mint Hill zip code. However, we're still in Mecklenburg County, so it can be seen as Charlotte and also Mint Hill as well. So it's located just southeast of Charlotte and directly to Center City, Uptown Charlotte. You're looking at about a 30 to 35 minute drive to Center City, Uptown, and also roughly about the same to the airport. The good thing about this area, depending on where you're located, because it is a big area, you do have very good and easy highway access to 485, which could make your commute a lot easier depending on where you need to be. As I mentioned, this is a pretty big zip code, and my parents actually live here. They live about 5 minutes away from downtown Mint Hill area. They have a big nice lot and they absolutely love it here. But with it being a big zip code, you have a variety of areas that are more condensed and then areas that have more space. When I'm helping people look into potentially buying into this area, I don't naturally just write the zip code as far as a search goes. I go in there and I draw out a map because it is such a big zip code. Honestly, there's some areas that I would not recommend for certain people based off what they're looking for. That's why I have to kind of go and draw in those areas. Closer to 485, closer to the downtown Mint Hill area, in my opinion, is going to be a little bit nicer. But again, it all depends on what you're looking for as far as the house, as far as the price, as far as the lot size, and as far as convenience of potential drive time. Now, I can easily see why this zip code made the list due to some of the real estate prices. Here, the median sales price of a single family home, you're going to be looking at about $395,000. Average, you're going to be looking at about $442,000. Now, the good news is you do have some options here as well as far as condos and townhomes. I personally would lean more towards the townhome side. They got a lot of newer construction over there, stuff that's like right in downtown Mint Hill. Depending on what you're looking for, I think it might be a good option for a lot of people. And those townhomes are gonna range, but the average sales price of the townhomes in this area are $355,000. Now, coming in at the number 8 spot of most popular areas people are moving to, it is 29732, which is Rock Hill, South Carolina. And I thought this was pretty interesting that because all of the stats were based off Charlotte areas people are moving to, we actually jumped over to South Carolina just because Charlotte is so close to the South Carolina border. So Rock Hill is located just southwest outside of Charlotte and outside North Carolina, and you're looking at about a 30 to 40 minute drive to Center City, uptown Charlotte from Rock Hill, and you're also looking at about the same time to get to the airport. Now, as Charlotte has been expanding and growing, a lot of the growth has been going outwards. And as I mentioned, just because South Carolina is so close to North Carolina, we have a lot of people that live in South Carolina that commute to North Carolina for work and some of these other things that we're going to talk about as far as Rock Hill goes, and maybe another one that was on the list. So Rock Hill is an area where you can get a lot more house for your money, being it is in South Carolina and it's just located a little bit further to Center City, uptown, than some of these other areas that we're going to talk about. So in regards to the median sales price of homes in the Rock Hill area, you're looking at about a $360,000 median price point as far as single family homes goes, and an average of $378,000 for single family homes. Now, townhomes are going to be an average sales price of $262,000, and because Rock Hill is located a little bit outside of the city limits, not actually city limits, but outside of a big city, you're not going to have a lot of condos in that area. There's a lot more space, a lot more room for development, and it has a much different feel. So if you compare Rock Hill with some of these other zip codes that we're going to be talking about, you're going to already be able to tell that the real estate prices are much lower, but you still have a lot of people moving there because of the close proximity to Charlotte. Not to mention, they do tend to have some really good schools and the real estate prices. So you take those three things and you can easily see how it ended up being in the top 10 list of most popular zip codes people are moving to. Moving on to number 7, and it is 28173, which is Waxhaw. It's no secret, Waxhaw is one of my favorite areas, and I've helped countless families move to this area. Waxhaw is about a 40 to 50 minute drive from Center City, uptown Charlotte. You can take Providence Road, which is our main road, directly from uptown and just shoot a straight shot, and 40 to 50 minutes later you'll get to Waxhaw. Waxhaw, if you think in your head a very suburban town, Waxhaw is going to be it. Don't think of soccer moms in minivans. Think of soccer moms in Escalades, Range Rovers, Tahoes, Suburbans. You kind of catch my drift. A lot of families move to this area. One of the biggest, if not the biggest thing, is going to be the schools. The schools in Waxhaw are some of the most highly rated schools, and Waxhaw is voted as one of the safest places to live in North Carolina. So you take that, you take the close proximity that you have to a lot of the stuff that they're building there, and the bigger homes, the newer construction homes, and the fact that they keep building onto Waxhaw, it easily makes it one of the most popular areas for families. Now, I will say I'm turning 31 here soon. I do not have any kids, wife, and a dog, and I would live in Waxhaw right now. And I can only imagine once I start having kids, God willing, you know, I definitely would consider Waxhaw even more based off some of the things that we've talked about. Now, because you're getting the schools, because you're getting the bigger homes, because you're getting that safety net type of area, that is going to come with a little bit of a price. So in regards to the home prices in the Waxhaw area, the median sales price for a single family home is $650,000, but the average sales price is $777,000 according to the latest stats for the month of July. 777 is a lucky number, however, so if you're somebody with a family and you're looking for good schools and some of the other things that we had mentioned, definitely take Waxhaw into consideration and reach out to me if you have any other further questions. In regards to condos and townhomes, Waxhaw has a very suburban feel, so there is not a lot of condos that are actually for sale. They're starting to build a lot more condos in the area close to downtown Waxhaw, but all of those are for lease only and none of them are for sale yet. But the good news is, in regards to townhomes, you do have some options. In those townhomes, the average price point right now is around $320,000. Coming in at number 6 in our last zip code for this video until we get to part 2 is going to be 29715, which is the Fort Mill zip code. We have another South Carolina zip code in the Charlotte area, most popular places people are moving to, and I am not surprised. With South Carolina being so close to our North Carolina border, this does not surprise me. And again, Fort Mill is an area that's very family friendly. People move there, you get a little bit more house for the money. They move there for the good schools, they move there for the safety as well. And Fort Mill, in my opinion, with it being just a little bit closer to Charlotte and Center City, Uptown Charlotte, is a little bit more desirable, and the prices do reflect that. Homes are a little bit more expensive in the Fort Mill area versus the Rock Hill area, and your drive time to Center City, Uptown Charlotte, and the airport are going to be a little bit less in Fort Mill versus Rock Hill. You're looking at about a 30-minute drive to Center City, Uptown Charlotte, depending on where you're located, and roughly about the same for the airport. Now, with you being in Fort Mill, you're very close to Lake Wylie, so you do have that lake access. So a lot of people that are in the Fort Mill area, in the Tega Cay area, have relatively easy access to Lake Wylie. So if you're into jet skis, if you want to own a boat, if you do paddle boarding or anything like that regularly, or essentially any type of water sports, Fort Mill area is definitely a place that I think you should consider, and especially if you're looking for a bigger bang for your buck as far as the money goes. Just naturally, as everything progresses, the further away you are from Charlotte, the more bang for your buck you're going to get. But again, Fort Mill is slightly more expensive than Rock Hill. So the median sales price of a single family home in the Fort Mill area is just going to be under $500,000, and the average sales price is going to be $570,000. And again, you do have some options as far as condos and townhouse goes. Condos, the average sales price is $205,000, and townhomes you're looking at about $335,000. So if you're someone looking for a place that's family friendly, located just outside of North Carolina, so not only are you getting more house for the money, you're also getting the chance to save some money on taxes. Fort Mill is definitely a place I'd consider taking a look at. Now make sure you guys have subscribed, because the next video we're going to get into number 5 and part 2 of this video. Call, text, or email me anytime. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys in part 2, and let's see what number 1 is.